Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you another WWE Tough Enough review, Season 6, Episode 3. And yeah, this is from this week now, and, I'm looking forward to it. I am enjoying Tough Enough somewhat. There's gonna be a hangout, by the way, coming up pretty soon with me and my friend James, the Heatman Hebert. You can check out his other YouTube channel. His James Hebert ones is up there, where he makes custom Titantrons of superstars, and then down below you can check out his Weymouth Youth Wrestling channel, we'll talk, and where he talks about where I've appeared on a couple of times too, because something's off with Tough Enough, and I'm not gonna talk about it now, because I feel like if I talk about it now, I will talk about it forever and not get to the show, and then I'll be tired and won't be able to finish it. So I'm going to talk about it when I talk about it with him then. I don't know when we're doing the hangout yet, but we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, it's just something with Tough Enough is weird. But I am looking forward to watching it. If this is the 3rd episode, I'll finally be caught up, and then I'll be able to watch next week's and finally maybe be able to vote. So that should be cool. But yeah, let's get to this week's episode. So, this episode is called Who Are You? We have the host, Chris Jericho. Renee Young's there, too. I think she's like his co-host, but he doesn't say that, so I'm just saying she's there. And we have the judges of Daniel Bryan, Hulk Hogan, and Paige. And, Daniel Bryan talks about, they just kind of give their input about what happened last week and what they want to see this week on Tough Enough. They want to see Sarah Lee perform. They don't want to see her on the bottom 3, because at this point, they'll just get her out of there. And they talk about Alex getting eliminated last week. They talk about how you can vote, and then it shows everybody talking about how Alex got eliminated. Patrick is happy that he got eliminated because it's now he got rid of his competition. Now the person he's gonna get rid of next is going to be Tanner, which I think is kind of cool. And everyone's still talking about how they want Diana to get eliminated. Because everybody hates her. So Diana just quits. She's gone. She feels like she's being disrespected, so she quits, and she wants to focus on planning her wedding, focus on this part of her life. So she has her fiance pick her up at 2 in the morning, and she quits. Which I'm fine with. I really didn't like Diana that much. I thought she kind of was... Like, I didn't really get what was going on with her. She was a liar, kind of, you know? She said that she was honest. But she said, like, she was afraid of water when she was on the swimming team. She said that she wasn't afraid of heights, but then she was afraid to fall off the turnbuckle. And she said that she wasn't nervous of being voted off when clearly, and she always was talking about her fiance. I have to plan this wedding. I just really didn't like Diana. And everybody is pretty much happy that she's gone. She said that she proved us right, that she really didn't want to be here, which is... I mean, I don't think it's true. She probably did, but, it was just the people she was associated with. She didn't even say goodbye to anyone when she left, which I probably wouldn't have either, because no one likes me anyways, but whatever. I would have at least said bye to Gabby, because it seems like they were kind of sort of getting along. They were like, I mean, if they probably weren't, like, friends or anything, but Gabby was the one that probably hated her the least. So now Gabby's a little bit concerned that, because everyone doesn't like her either, so now everyone's going to be going after her. And she says something, too, like she is the greatest person out of the competition. So then Billy Gunn wakes everybody up. Then they find out about it, and they go to the this place where you get costumes and stuff like that. And we have the coaches, Billy Gunn, Lito, and Booker T, and they're gonna be and then we get to see WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins talks about how you have to have character. You can't just be good in the ring. You have to have character that fans can get invested in, which is true. I think I talk about that constantly in my videos when it comes to any wrestling company. And Seth Rollins says that, you have to have character if you don't have no character. Which I think it's weird because he has a character, but he doesn't have like a character. It seems like this is kind of... He wasn't really much different here than he was on WWE television, but so Booker T gets out 2 hats. I don't know why he had 2, but he has hats, and whatever you pick out of the hat, you have to be that character, which I thought made sense because in WWE the creative actually picture characters, so I thought that made sense. And I'm gonna see if I can try to remember everybody's character. Amanda got Barbie Doll. ZZ got American Hero. Patrick got which I actually really like Patrick. I think he's awesome. I hope he wins this thing actually. But Patrick got intellectual villain or something. And trying to think. Who got the British Tanner got the British one. No, Joshua got the British one. He got British Brawler. Georgia got pretty much a bitch. And Sarah Lee, I don't remember what she got. I don't really remember what anybody else got. Sarah Lee's actually been in this episode a lot more too, by the way. And everyone's picking out their characters. Seth Rollins is pretty much coaching them, teaching them how to use their characters. And Patrick actually even says that he wasn't expecting to get an intellectual villain. But he says you in this business, you got to make anything work, which is true. You have to make stuff work in this business. Because sometimes you don't get the greatest gimmicks, but you have to make it work. And I think that's awesome. And then it cuts to the live feed with all the judges, and they talk about Diana quitting. And Paige says that she just wasted our time, and Daniel Bryan says that she thought she had more passion for this business, but apparently not. She didn't want to be here. She just wasted our time, pretty much what Paige said. And Hulk Hogan says that he just wanted to eliminate her off the show. So I thought that was cool. And that was pretty much it. And I actually have enjoyed this episode so far. I think it's been pretty good. Okay, so, yeah, I have, been putting this off for a little bit. The reason why is because my sister came in, wanted to play cards while I was watching the show last night. So, this morning I was watching it, like, midnight. I don't really know when it was, though. I started at, like, 11, then midnight, so. And I had a caved and had no choice. And then I had to do some weeding for my grandmother, so. I finally get a chance to sit down and watch it. I've watched this segment, like, about 5 times maybe, and I haven't been able to talk about it once, so this time is definite. So let's talk about this real quick. So now they're gonna do the entrances and all that, show off what their gimmick is, what their character is, and they go through each and every one. I want to talk about them, and I had to type these down. I had to type these on my laptop because I was not gonna remember who played what and what was what. So yeah, let me talk about these. I'm going to talk about them and give my opinion on them and, you know, talk about what they did in the episode with them. So, Sarah Lee was first. They figured she would go first since she was on the bottom 3 last week, which makes sense. She was playing the role of Jade, and her gimmick was she was a queen of mean. Nowhere, not really, because she comes out and she has like this crown that she's twirling, which makes no sense. I can understand maybe the whole queen thing, but she really didn't utilize it. She just kind of twirled with it. And Georgia even said that this isn't her gimmick, and it's true. She's way too nice to be this gimmick. When she came out, she just looked lost, and that's so true. And yeah, she just kind of. She thought she was, you know, it just didn't work for me. I didn't get it, so. Yeah, she's just way too nice to be a mean gimmick, if you like. And then Joshua was playing the role of Bronson, and he was the British Brawler. I thought he was really good. I really liked him. And he comes out, and he's dressed like the British Brawler should be, you know, a street shirt, pants, and he comes out with a British accent. I thought he was pretty good. Billy Gunn said he needed a little bit more. Maybe he did need a little bit more, but I thought he was fine for what it was. And Patrick didn't like his English accent. He thought it sucked. Daria was I don't know who was the worst. Daria might have been the worst. I'm not even sure yet. But she comes out. Her name is Angels Have Horns, which is a weird name for a wrestler. That was weird. And she was called, her gimmick was the Fallen Angel, and I don't even know what to say about this. She comes out, and I guess since she's called the Fallen Angel, she figured she'd fall, you know, because she's the Fallen Angel, but it just looks like she's tripped. She just falls in general. She's going like this right in front of George's face, and she even mentioned it was dirty. And yeah, Booker T said this was just rushed, and it really was. It felt rushed. She didn't really know what she was going with this. It was just terrible. And then Tanner was called what Wildy Man Wayne, and his gimmick was the stud muffin. His entrance was too quick, and even Patrick said that his entrance was too quick. He didn't get where he was going with this, and he didn't scream WWE superstar from what he stand, which it makes sense. It looked like he tripped on the rope too when he tried to jump too. It looked like Tanner tripped over the rope. This is how I feel. Gabby was name was Gabby Lynn. Didn't come up. I bet it wasn't too hard to come up with that name. And her gimmick was the farmer's daughter. Not really. She was more like a stripper because she kind of strips. I don't really think she got what it was going for. Billy Gunn said that she liked that because it appeals to the men audience. But you gotta understand sports entertainment between Victoria's Secret. Yeah, that's all I really have to say there. I don't really think she got what she was supposed to do. She did say that she doesn't know a lot about it, but you could have tried. And then Patrick was Rick Powers, and his gimmick was evil intellect. And he actually used Lita's dog because he feels like every evil intellect has a cat. So he used Lita's dog, and I thought he was actually pretty good. He might have been the best one. And Billy Gunn liked it. He said that he needs to show him a little bit more though, show that you know what makes him really intellect. But I thought he was really. I liked his. And then Amanda was Candy Rose, and her gimmick was Barbie doll. She came out like a Barbie doll. She comes out like she won like a beauty pageant. She comes out with a crown. Even ZZ said, Gabby said she didn't like her though because everything pretty much about it was fake. ZZ talked about how Patrick came out with one dog, but Amanda came out with two puppies, referring to her tits. And yeah, they pretty much liked it. They thought that she was being beautiful and it fit the gimmick, so I didn't mind it either. Matta was pretty good himself. He was the Pharaoh, and he came out. He was the King of the Ring gimmick, and he comes out like a Pharaoh would pretty much, and he actually nailed it. I thought his gimmick was really good. He looked like he could be a Pharaoh. I was actually shocked. I didn't think he was going to do that great, but I thought his was pretty good. And they saw it, and so the coaches thought it was good too. And then Georgia comes out like Miss Victoria, and she's the bitchy boss. And I thought this one was pretty good. Billy Gunn said that she brought it the way she walked and stuff, so I thought that was pretty good. And then we get the final one. ZZ was America Zane, and he was the American hero. His was terrible. Absolutely awful. He comes out. He really didn't look like an American hero because he was dressed like what the Pilgrims used to wear on their heads, and those shorts he was wearing. He had like a teddy bear in them, and the coaches are giving him crap about it, which they should because it was terrible. Billy Gunn was talking. They don't think he took it seriously. Billy Gunn says he's trying to come up with stories saying like you're laughing. He's like, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's that bad. He even said that the teddy bear represents like what a hero should, and he says that a hero isn't what everybody pictures him to be. A hero's supposed to be a little bit different. And Billy Gunn says that no matter what story you tell, you ain't gonna sell me with this. And Booker T even says like, what if you were standing across the room with Randy Orton or Seth Rollins? You would stand out. And it was bad. This looks like something that Vince McMahon would look like and say, I'm gonna punish you and make you have this gimmick. It really was. And then the coaches give their thoughts on what it was like. They pick a winner. Patrick was the best one of the guys, and Georgia, or Gigi, they call her that, Gigi for short, was the best one of the girls. And then Billy Gunn tells a speech about even though Diana quit, somebody's still going to get eliminated. And then that was really it. But I really liked this stuff here. I thought it was pretty good stuff with the whole character thing. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. In my opinion, I thought I actually liked Matt as the best just because he impressed me. I didn't think he was going to do that great, but with the whole Pharaoh thing, I thought he really worked. And I can agree. I think Georgia might have been the best one on the girls' side. If I had to pick worst, I would say ZZ's might have been the worst because at least it just was bad. He had these tiny shorts too, ZZ. And the worst one on the women's side probably Daria. But yeah, let's see what happens next now. All right, so next ZZ's upset because of the way his performance went in the character. He asks Josh, Patrick, and Tanner what their ideas of an American hero. He's upset because people were laughing at him. He says that he's misunderstood. He doesn't get pissed off. He gets misunderstood. And he's just pretty much upset. And Joshua even says, you're just upset because of your performance in the competition. And ZZ says that you're upset. He even says, even though you guys were laughing, whether or not you were laughing at me or laughing with me, you guys were, taken out of your comfort zone. I thought this was fine. Made sense for him to be pissed. I'd be pissed. Well, I would be pissed, but, And then, Gabby's trying to make friends with Sarah Lee because, Diana is gone, and she doesn't really have any friends, and, everyone's going to be targeted her. I think I said this earlier in the review. And Sarah Lee likes it. She doesn't like her personality, per se, but she feels like that she's taking her under the win. They never had an issue. And they're just going to pretty much be, an alliance, friends now, an alliance. I thought this was fine. And then it really gets good. So, Tanner gets pissed at Patrick because he said he wasn't a WWE superstar, and he talks about how he would kick his ass in a real fight. He asks how many championships he's won. Every time he stepped foot in an MMA win, he would everybody knew he was going to win. Patrick says, well, I'm right here right now. I'm challenging you to a fight. Come fight me. So they get into a little bit of a fight. They start to lock up a little bit, and then everybody has to pull them back. And then that was it. And then they pretty much just cut to the live where everybody else is. So I thought this was good stuff. I normally don't like the reality kind of stuff where they have to have the drama, because normally reality drama when it comes to TV is bad. But this actually was good stuff. This made sense for them to be pissed off, so I thought this was good here. So, next it's time to pick the bottom three. First, I gotta say, before I talk about it, they kind of talk about some things, the fight between Patrick and Tanner, and Daniel Bryan says that was the weakest fight he ever seen. They make fun of ZZ's entrance again. No, not make fun of it, but And Hulk Hogan even asks about Sarah Lee's entrance. So, and then we get they pick the bottom three. Daniel Bryan picks Daria. Paige picks Sarah Lee again, and she says she's gonna do it every week until she steps it up. Ooh. Paige was pretty brutal here, actually, which I think makes sense, but And Hulk Hogan picks ZZ. So, time to vote for the bottom three. Since I can't actually vote because this isn't live, I'm going to pick who I want to stay. Now, this is a tough one, because I thought they all blew it this week. Daria's entrance and ZZ's entrance, I said, were the worst two on two. And then we have Sarah Lee's, which I wasn't a huge fan of. So, it's kind of a tough one. Who do I want to stay? I can't really decide because they were all blew it this week, like I said. I'm going to go with ZZ, though. I think I like him still. I think he still has a lot of potential to be good. So I'm going to go with ZZ. I'm going to pick him to stay. But yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Okay, so next, the bottom three, Daria, ZZ, and Sarah Lee get to redo the little entrance, which I think is kind of cool because it makes sense. That's what this episode was based on. And Sarah Lee, they're all wearing the same gear. They do it again. Sarah Lee goes in there. She looked slightly meaner, but it wasn't anything special. She still looked kind of lost. I think the smile was killing her. Even the judges said that. Then ZZ does his. His wasn't really an entrance. Paige even said that. His was more like, a promo. He talked about how, who's your hero and stuff like that, so, and he even had a little bit of a boner when he did it, too. They even mentioned it, so, and then, Daria's was better. Hers improved, she, had the whole thing when she took the robe off. Before that, she looked really nice. After that, she really brought up the intensity, and, I thought hers was better. And then they get the 30 seconds to cut the promos again, and, Daria says that, she brings legitimacy to the WWE because she has the MMA background. So when she gets in the ring, she believes that she could literally kick anybody's ass because she actually could. And then ZZ says that the reason why he ended up choosing this American hero is because this is what the kids picture. And he says that he will continue to improve, and he didn't really try to make fun of anything. And Sarah Lee says that even though she's on the bottom 3, she doesn't think that she's the best, but she says that she can improve through the coaches and judges' advice, and she will continue to do that. And that was it. So now I can vote. I didn't know you. I thought you could before. I thought, but I'm gonna change my vote. I'm gonna go with Dahlia. I think she impressed me. Her entrance impressed me. Her promo impressed me. I still want ZZ to stay, but I think Dahlia impressed me a little bit more. ZZ impressed me too, but I think Dahlia really impressed me. So we're gonna have to wait and see though what happens with that. Well, so the votes are in. The judges get to use their save. Daniel Bryan chooses not to. Paige teases that she's going to use it on ZZ, but she's not going to. And Hulk Hogan says that the WWE Universe knows who should win this thing, so he's not going to use his saves. I'm assuming that's going to happen all the time, but we're going to have to wait and see with that. So then we find out who gets eliminated, and ends up being Dahlia. She ends up getting eliminated, which is the one I actually voted for. Well, on here, not legit. It was kind of sad. And when she gets interviewed by Renee Young, and Dahlia said that she never thought that she didn't think she would be going home this soon. She said there were people that deserved to go home before her, but it's the heat of the competition. Then she talked about the support she got from some company and how this journey's been difficult, but she's not going to give up on becoming a WWE diva. And then that was the end of Tough Enough this week. I actually liked this episode this week. I thought it was really good. I liked the whole entrances thing. I liked the stuff with Patrick and Joshua. No, Patrick and Tanner. ZZ I liked this week. I actually liked this episode. I think this has been the best one. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to subscribe to some other YouTube channels, you can click up above to subscribe to my non-wrestling channel, Owen the Talkinator, where I talk about things not pertaining to professional wrestling. You can click down below to check out my CM Brothers channel, where I talk about both. You can click right here to check out my friend James the Heatman Hebert's YouTube channels. Over here is going to be his James Hebert channel, where he talks about sorry, I'm botching. Right here is his YouTube channel where he makes custom Titantrons for professional wrestlers, and he does other music videos like that. And over here, you can click on his other channel called Weymouth Youth Wrestling. I've appeared on a couple of videos on there, and I'm going to be appearing on a few videos on there around the fall time. So that's pretty much it, guys. You can also click down below to subscribe to me. So that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.